morning. And welcome to Unity Spiritual Center, Saxe. This March 27, 2022. Let's take a deep breath together. Relaxing body and mind, spirit and heart. Just inhale and exhale deeply. Filling up the lungs, expanding the belly. And as you exhale, contracting the belly and pushing that air out. And just allow yourself to be. Start to take off those hats you wear all during the week. All the things you are to all the people in your life. Just let it all go. Just let it go. And I invite you to drop down into your heart space. That place where we have a greater awareness of the divine and of ourselves as divine expressions. Give yourself the space to feel whatever it is you need to feel this morning. And if there are emotions there that need to bubble up, just let them come up. Our emotions are just energy that needs to move through us and for us. Get your body comfortable, becoming aware of your breath as it comes in and flows out. And just relax. Opening yourself up fully for this experience that we will have here today together. Whether you're sitting here in the room with me, or watching remotely at home, or some other place. Allow yourself to feel the connection to the others that are here in this experience with us. Knowing that we are all connected energetically. Knowing that we are all a part of this one love, this one breath, this one rhythm that is humanity. That is divine love in action. So continue to let yourself go. And whatever is running through your mind, just let it run through. Endeavoring not to be attached to any one thought, but noticing what you're noticing. And just be. Just be. Just relax. Be at peace. And in that peace, realize your strength and your power. The infinite wisdom that is at your next thought. The next moment of silence. Guiding you to your highest and best. Guiding you to fulfillment of all your dreams. Guiding you through the expression of your unique gifts that are here to bless you and the world. Just be and relax. Relaxing in your magnificence. For we are all made in the image and the likeness of the all-good, which is God. And now from this place we will sing our centering song, Spirit's Prayer. Together. Loving Spirit dwells in me. This is my divinity. As within, so without. All I need is here and now. Where there's error, let me love. May I have
Good morning. The inspirational moment, the Discover the Power Within by Eric Butterworth. And the word is potential. The Christ standard is not a restraint. It is an inherited potential. It is the law of man's higher self. It is the ascending urge within man that keeps him unsatisfied with what he is and does and drives him on to higher goals of living and being. True fulfillment can only be achieved through opening out a way whence the imprisoned splendor may escape in every experience in life. Perhaps we have been living superficially, pursuing artificial goals, living under false standards, conforming to acceptable patterns in the world around us. Jesus said, "Ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free." John 8:32. What is this freedom? It is not a license to live without restraints, but the inward motivation to tame the raw spiritual power that is within us, to harness our divine potential, and to move into the direction of our highest good. And our affirmation, if y'all will repeat it with me 3 times. I boldly move in the direction of my highest good every day. I boldly move in the direction of my highest good every day. I boldly move in the direction of my highest good every day. Thank y'all.
No mountain's too high for you to climb. All you have to do is have some climbing faith. No river's too wide for you to make it across. All you have to do is believe it when you pray. And then you will see the morning will come, and every day will be bright as the sun. All of your fears, cast them on me. I just want you to see that I'll be your cloud up in the sky. I'll be your shoulder when you cry. I hear your voices when you call me. I'm your angel. And when all hope is gone, I'm here. No matter how far you are, I'm near. It makes no difference who you are, because I'm your angel. I saw your teardrops and I heard you cry. All you need is time. Seek me and you shall find. You have everything and you're still lonely. It doesn't have to be this way. Let me show you a better day. And then you will see the morning will come and all of your days will be bright as the sun. So all of your fears, just cast them on me. How can I make you see? Yes, I am your cloud up in the sky. I am your shoulder when you cry. I hear your voices when you call me. I'm your angel. When all hope is gone, I'm here. No matter how far you are, I'm near. It makes no difference who you are. I'm your angel. And when it's time to face the storm, I'll be right by your side. Grace will keep us safe and warm. And I know we will survive. And when it seems as if your end is drawing near, don't you dare give up the fight. Just put your trust beyond the skies. I'm your cloud up in the sky. I'm your shoulder when you cry. I hear your voices when you call me. I'm your angel. And when all hope is gone, I'm here. No matter how far you are, I'm near. It makes no difference who you are. I'm your angel. I'm your angel. These lyrics, this song was written by R. Kelly, who was convicted in September 2021 in federal court of 9 counts that included racketeering and sex trafficking of a minor and kidnapping. There's a documentary on Netflix called Surviving R. Kelly, where a number of his victims, there's more than one, there's probably about, I think at least 15 young girls, as young as 13, 14. He imprisoned them in his home. Some of them were tortured. They were starved, put through all kinds of sexual and emotional abuse. And yet he wrote that. Yet he wrote that. He also wrote the song, I Believe I Can Fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I think about it every day, night and day. Spread my wings and fly away. I believe I can soar. I see me running through that open door. I believe I can fly. So how do you weigh that with what was going on in his life? How can you be at one level and write such beautiful music, bring that melody forth that Stefan so beautifully played, and write lyrics like that that speak to the heart and make me catch my heart in the midst of reading them? So, as we concentrate on next level living this year, I think it's important for us to understand for ourselves and for others because our lives are filled with other people, all of us complicated. All of us who have varying degrees of what we judge as good or bad, the shadow side, the side that is light. And it's all one thing, it's all us. And I think one of the things that really solidified my commitment to unity principles was that it did concentrate on the light that is me. And as Scott and I were just talking about a little earlier, we do so much better. We soar much higher when we concentrate on the light within us rather than the darkness that we're capable of. R. Kelly now has a new lawyer, and they're asking for the conviction to be overturned for other reasons, and none of that matters. But I wonder now if he's going through a transformation, if he's thinking about next level living, and if incarceration is going to change him. The gentleman I talked about last week, Cardis Wilcox, who was serving 2 life sentences, changed in prison, found himself, found his light with a capital L, light, in prison. And all of us are tasked with finding our light. The light that is God, the light that is us, the light that is our core, the light that exists even when we are expressing darkness, even when we're expressing darkness. The light never goes away, for God is omnipresent, omniscient, omnipotent. There is nowhere that God is not. So even when we are in the depths of what we call darkness, there is still light. We're just expressing something other than what we are. And we could say that R. Kelly is there, was there, maybe still is, I don't know. Perhaps he's still preying on people in prison, who knows, I don't know. Perhaps now he's having an opportunity to think and to examine his inner life, whatever that looks like. I'm not here to judge him. It's not my job. But it does make me think of what's possible. What's possible. And that's all Next Level Living is about. And we can shift levels, obviously, because he wrote that a while ago. And I don't know if it was while he was writing that he was engaging in this illegal activity. I don't know. Both maybe could have gone on at the same time. We can compartmentalize our lives sometimes and have one thing going on while we're also doing something else that is unlike the other thing. It's unlike the other thing. And so we're always at choice, and we get to choose which one we want to give energy to. Which one do we want to give energy to? Do we allow the light to blot out whatever thoughts we have that make it possible for us to do the things that we're not proud of? Can we stay there in the light long enough to penetrate that darkness, if you want to call it that? Because it certainly can. Cardis Wilcox, I talked about last week, did that in a powerful, powerful way. Changed it a complete 180. Complete 180. And here's someone else now has done a 180 in the opposite direction. Went from light to darkness. Went from light to darkness. Because of my beliefs, I have to be able to look at him and see his light. I have to be able to see his light and know that he has light, even if he can't see it for himself. I believe that's also our job, to see the light in each other. And sometimes if we can see the light in someone else, perhaps they can discover their own. So many of us grow up, and all we get from people is a mirror of darkness. A mirror of darkness from when we're little. When we're small and we're just absorbing everything in our environment. And then we grow up and we're still expressing darkness because that's all we know. That's what we're used to looking at, reflected to us in the mirror. That's what people in our lives perhaps have been telling us. Maybe that's what we see in the people who raise us, take care of us. Whether it's family, whether you grow up in foster care, whatever it is, whatever your environment was. And those of us who know about the light and this energy that is light, that is in each of us, I think we have a job to do. to not just see it in ourselves, but in others, to reflect that to them, to speak that to them, to treat them knowing and affirming their light. So we never know who we're bumping up against in our lives. We don't know. And perhaps you are the only ray of light they've had all day, all week, all month, all year, perhaps forever. Perhaps forever. Perhaps forever. You know, as I was reading those lyrics, I thought of R. Kelly's victims. The women who are trying to pick up their lives and rediscover their light. Because I'm sure, well, I'm not sure, I can imagine that going through what they went through with him after watching that documentary, that some of that behavior, some of that treatment, some of that violation can press the light out of you. Perhaps. And I wonder if they know that there's no mountain that's too high for them to cross. I wonder if they know that there's no river too wide for them to cross. It's the change. Change. And taking responsibility for our change. And if you know or say that you know that you are the light, then taking responsibility for spreading the light and radiating the light to others. Taking responsibility for enhancing your own light, feeding it, nurturing it, going into prayer and meditation, doing whatever it is that feeds your soul so that you can help those who don't know their light perhaps discover it and be comfortable with it, to embrace it. Some of us see our light but don't know what to do with it. Some of us feel our light for a minute and then we're afraid of it and we pull back. We experience it for a minute and we go, that's nice. I love this. And then because we're not comfortable with it, we pull back and we contract. And we go back to old patterns, old behaviors. We go back to the devil we know. Not the devil horns, tail we know. Not him. But the darkness. The light in the dark. We can express it if we choose. And probably the first step is realizing that that's where we are, that we're not expressing our light, and that we have dominion and power over our thoughts, words, and actions. And so whatever this is, no matter how long you have been displaying this pattern, living this pattern, you can still change it and be who you are, which is light, which is goodness, which is love, which is compassion. So even if you've been over here and expressing something other than light for 50, 60, 70 years, it doesn't matter. You can still be the light. You always were. You can just now express it and embrace it. Doesn't matter. That's what Pete read to us earlier. We get to choose. We get to choose. We get to choose. The light, capital L, light, is inexhaustible. Inexhaustible. So it doesn't matter how far down you have spiraled. It doesn't matter how long and how hard you have been victimized. It doesn't matter how dysfunctional the family was. It doesn't matter how toxic a relationship has been. It doesn't matter how demoralized you have felt. It doesn't matter how much shame you have carried. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because there's enough light to make it fizzle out. And you get to a place where you don't even remember that part of your life, or it seems like a distant memory and someone other than you. And someone other than you. We get stuck sometimes thinking, I've been doing this for so long that this is me. This is me. It's just how I am. It's just how I am. Or we project it somewhere else. Right? Most of you are probably old enough to remember Flip Wilson and The Devil Made Him Do It. Yeah? Geraldine. The devil made her do it.
The moon made me do it. And the sign in my bedroom.
Yeah, we can project things outside of us because it's more comfortable that way. It feels better to blame somebody else than to take accountability for something. It's my mother's fault, it's my father's fault, it's my ex-boyfriend's fault. If they hadn't done that, I wouldn't have to do this. He hadn't said that, I wouldn't have to slap him. Wouldn't have had to key his car. If he didn't look at that other woman. Right? We want to blame the circumstances of our lives for what we express and what we end up becoming. It has nothing to do with who you are. But it makes us feel better because we can separate from it and say, it wasn't me, wasn't me, wasn't me, wasn't me. It was them, it was you. And as soon as you stop, I'll be better. How much power do you want to give away? How much power do you want to give away? How much power? Because that same omnipotence, we're made from that. So we have that. We have that. We can change it in an instant. Or we can wait and change over the years, whatever. You can take as long as you want. We don't have to wait for the next crisis to change. Yes, sometimes when things happen, when the stuff hits the fan, that's motivation for us to get busy and change. But we don't have to wait for that. We can change when stuff's going good, when we're feeling good. And we still got the rose-colored glasses on. You know, we're feeling cool, feeling good. Everything's going smoothly. You know, no fan, no stuff. We can change then. Go deeper. Soar higher. Stuff comes down our path. You just affirm, I got everything I need to handle what this is. Not worry about it, not think it's too big for you. There's nothing too big for us. Nothing. Nothing. So we can come from the depths of terrible, illegal, heinous, unethical, shameful activity and behavior. And then find our beauty. Expand that. Expand into our magnificence. And be that. Live that. It changed everything for me when I realized that the magnificence is me and is expressing as me through me. Changed everything. And when you live from that, everything looks different. You look different. You feel different. You handle everything differently. Everything. Stuff comes up, it's another blip on the screen. All right, let's do this. Let's do this. There's no need to run. There's no need to fear. Everything's possible. We have to look within and find ourselves. Ourselves. This poem is from a gentleman, another one, spent time in prison. In fact, he wrote this in prison. The Promised Land by Alva Romanes. This was actually written somewhere in the 1920s, 1930s. No more shall I look to the far skies for my Father's loving aid, since here upon earth his treasure lies, and here his kingdom laid. No more through the midst of things unknown I'll search for the promised land, for time is the footstool of his throne, and I am within his hand. The wealth that is more than finest gold is here, if I shall but ask, and wisdom unguessed and power untold are here for every task. The gates of heaven are before my eyes, their key is within my hand. No more shall I look to the far skies, for here is the promised land. He wrote this as well, and it was published in Weekly Unity School of Christianity, on May 31st, 1931. I am not the brood of the dust and sod, nor a shuttled thread in the loom of fate, but the child divine of the living God, with eternity for my life's estate. I am not the sport of a cosmic night, nor a thing of chance that has grown to man, but a deathless soul on my upward flight, and my Father's heir in his wondrous plan. As I weigh the suns on the rim of space, who can dare to doubt of my destiny? Who can fence my feet within time and place as I search for worlds of infinity? I am man, the son of the one most high. I am man and one with a life divine. I am Lord of earth and of sea and sky, and behold, the powers of heaven are mine. I am man the chosen and man the free, and it matters not what I may have been, for I walk direct through eternity to the far-off goal that is yet unseen. With unswerving faith in the coming day, I have turned my course from the things of time, and with Jesus my brother to point my way, I have found my place in the life sublime. Yeah, amen to that. Written while he was in prison. Prison seems to be a theme here. Yeah. And you know, we don't have to be in a physical prison. We don't have to be incarcerated for something illegal to be in a prison. We can be in a metaphorical prison of our own making because we've imprisoned ourselves within some consciousness that is other than what we are. That podcast that I listened to last week, and that's where I got the story about Cardis Wilcox. It's called the Inside Circle, and it's for people who are either incarcerated, are now out, they have been released, they've served their time, and it's also for people who are in a metaphorical prison and want to find their light, find themselves, find their power, reacquaint themselves with who and what they are. Yeah, your beliefs can be your prison. You can get locked in to a dogma, to a principle, to an idea, to somebody else's ideas. Oh my gosh, we have a lot of that going on. Somebody speaks and we think, ooh, that's truth. I've got that. And really, truth comes from within us. Comes from within us. Nobody else can give it to you. Although often we hear it and we snatch it and we take it and we run with it because they were in about 10 movies that I really like, and he really knows what he's talking about. So what might you be imprisoned in? What are you not looking at? What do you have blinders on about yourself? It doesn't have to be the big stuff. Sometimes it's the little things that start to add up, the small behaviors, the small patterns. And it doesn't have to be about illegal or unethical behavior. It can be about playing small. It can be about hiding your light under the bushel, as Scripture talks about. Knowing you have a gift and not expressing it. Not embracing it, hiding it, being afraid of it. Living superficially, as Pete read about. Living superficially. Skimming the surface of who you are and getting by in the world. Because that's what you're comfortable showing the world and showing yourself. I've had my own self-constructed glass ceiling for years, for decades. And I told myself that's where I belonged, in this little glass box. I constructed it all by myself. And I bumped my head out against it, got bruised. And finally I got tired of the box. I got tired of the box. Why am I sitting here in the box? Why? For what? Not happy. Life's not thrilling this way. I'm afraid the box's not safe. It feels we can fool ourselves into thinking it's safe. All it is claustrophobic. It's all it is. People can still see you. You're in the glass box. And you're sitting there going, I'm invisible, I'm invisible. They don't really see me. People know that you're not shining your light. People know that you're playing small. People can see when you're contracted. And you can fool yourself and sit there with your eyes shut and say, nobody sees, nobody knows. All caught up in your imposter syndrome. And all you have to do is come out of the box. All you have to do is come out of the box. Or decide there is no box. What if you lived as if there was no box? No glass ceiling, no glass, no ceiling, no nothing. You just be free in yourself, fully in yourself, and free in the world, expressing every single gift you have to the fullest you can express it. And as the nature of living is, of creation is that there's always more to expand. I say that so often. And as soon as you think you've thrown that ball out of the ballpark, there's more ballpark. And there's another ball. You get there and you think you can sit on your laurels because you've expanded as much as you can expand, and Spirit says, I got something else for you. Pick up the other ball. Let's throw that one out of the park. Let's do this. Let's do this. We're always being called to something else. We're always being called. It's the nature of our existence. Whether you choose the light or the dark, you are still love. You are still light, even if you choose to sit in a box. Even if you choose to hide your gifts. Even if you choose to live the patterns you've always lived. Even if you've chosen to not be accountable and to blame everybody else for whatever it is you're going through. You're still light. You're still loved. You are still love itself. You can't change that no matter what you do. No matter what you do. You can't change what you are inside, but you can refuse to see it. You can live otherwise. So what are you going to choose? You're going to shine the light, make beautiful music, write beautiful lyrics, be that in your own gift? Or are you going to choose the darkness and just hide? And whatever level of darkness that is. What are you going to do? Today, tomorrow, next week, next year? We don't know how much time we have. You know, it always feels like we got a whole lot of time. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe some of us don't make it past today. It's all possible. It's all possible. Life's precious and short, relatively short, in the scheme of things. But living the light is a fantastic, phenomenal experience. When you're in the midst of your gifts, there's nothing else like it. Nothing better. Nothing better. Nothing better. So I invite you to shine and shine brightly. Shine brilliantly. You can leave all the other stuff behind. Just step away from it in an instant. And go and be what you were created to be. It's sitting there waiting for you to kick the door open. And if you don't want to kick the door open it just a tad. And the light will come through, doesn't it? Get a little sliver. Do what you're comfortable with. And then the next day, you push it open a little bit more. Maybe you got to put your sunglasses on. Oh, the light, the light. What was that, Gremlins? Bright light, bright light. And then you get comfortable in the light. You realize this is good stuff. I should have been here all along. What was I waiting on? What was I waiting on? I invite you to go to the light. Carol Ann, come to the light. It was like every movie. I've just mentioned like 6 movies. The light, the light, the light. It's what you are. It's what you are. It is what you are. And if you need to hear it again, it is what you are. Let's take this in a meditation. So I want you to see yourself in your mind's eye. At whatever age you want to see yourself. Maybe you want to see yourself as a little one. Desperate for love, attention. Maybe your teenage self needs to be in your mind's eye. Maybe you're in your 20s and 30s, 40s. At whatever age, perhaps you think you needed the most love. And just hold yourself in that light, in a light. It can be a white light, golden light, whatever speaks to your soul. And I want you to flood yourself with so much light and goodness that perhaps you can't see yourself separate from the light. That the light becomes you, you become the light. And everything you thought you needed in that moment is met fully to overflowing. Maybe all the love, understanding, acceptance. Maybe you just needed peace and quiet. Maybe you felt unseen, unheard. Maybe somebody told you you weren't worth anything, not worthy of love. Whatever that thing was that you felt you were without at that time, I want you to picture yourself with that thing overflowing in your life. All your needs met. All your needs met. You are the light, and the light is you. It's permeating through you. It's circulating through your veins. Your skin is glowing with it. You can feel it tingling on your skin. Your heart is happy. Your soul is peaceful. And the light has you in its embrace. The light has you in its embrace. And you see and feel it becoming such a part of you that you carry it with you from this day on. This inexhaustible, all-powerful, all-knowing light that knows you as itself. That knows you as itself. The all-good. The all-good. The all-good. Light with a capital L. And so we rest here in the light, feeling satisfied in mind, body, spirit, and heart, feeling grateful and overjoyed, feeling free, feeling ready for life. Life like you've never lived it before. Next level. Next level. So let's breathe in. Breathe in the light and exhale that light, for it is inexhaustible, infinite, all-encompassing. It gets spread throughout the cosmos and every universe and multiverse and never run out. And never run out. So we say yes and thank you for light. Yes and thank you for light. Yes and thank you. And so it is, and so it shall be. Amen. So while we're in this place of peace, let's now say the names of those for whom we want to pray out loud.
Larry, Rosa, Cece, and Mike.
My brother Juan, our beautiful families, our beautiful center here.
Jessalyn and her family.
For the Chavez family.
Melissa and Danny. Molly Wong.
For Stacy and Marquise.
Todd Kynes. For Vicki and Calvin.
For Shelley and Colleen.
Our friend Beth in Kansas.
For Reba and Kate.
For James and Michael.
For Akumbwa. For Danielle. For Gwen. Diane. For all these beloved souls, and for all those who are unnamed, but who are in our hearts and in our thoughts. We know that their highest and best is at work in their lives. We know that they have all that they need to handle whatever is before them this day and every day. And we hold their highest and best for them in our hearts. We hold them with love and gratitude and peace. Amen. And so from this place of peace, we now affirm our celebration of giving. As me blesses and multiplies all the good that I have, all the good that I give and receive. I believe in love. It's all we've got. Love has no boundaries, costs nothing to touch. War makes money. Cancer sleeps curled up in my father, and that means something to me. Churches and dictators, politics and papers, everything crumbles sooner or later, but love, I believe in love. I believe in love. It's all we've got. Love has no boundaries, no borders to cross. Love is simple and hate breeds. Those who think different is the child of disease. Father and sons make love and guns, families together, kill someone without love. But I believe in love. Without love, I wouldn't believe in anything that lives and breathes. Without love, I'd have no anger. I wouldn't believe in my right to stand here. Without love, I wouldn't believe. I couldn't believe in you, and I wouldn't believe in me without love. I believe in love. I believe in love. I believe in love. Thank you, sir. So let's give thanks for everything that just overflows into this beloved community of ours. Time, treasure, talent, the love that people share with each other, our accepting of each other fully, our openness and graciousness with each other. All that people give to make this absolutely a place overflowing with love and goodness, a place where we can grow and fulfill our potential, find our light, find our light. It's a rare, beautiful thing. And so we give thanks and we say yes and thank you to this outpouring into this community so we can do the work that we're called to do, spreading a message of peace, love, joy, and harmony. Amen. 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 Can I have the first slide or only slide or whatever slide. So we have Peace Gathering today at 1 o'clock, so you're welcome to stay and hang out for a while. We have lunch coming in, or lunch is here already, and we start promptly at 1 for a Peace Gathering. We're going to have music. Robin Hackett is here to do the music for us. And we're also going to have a short message about peace and living peace and a guided meditation about peace. So please join us for that, because we all need more peace in our lives, and the more we are peaceful, the planet becomes more peaceful. But we have to carry it within our hearts and our minds and our consciousness. Was there something else? The Loving Our Landscape team, Tess Biddick and our folks that are taking such loving, good care of our grounds. If you'd like to join the team, if you love playing in the dirt, working with plants, being with good people who have a good time with each other and just make this place so beautiful. Thank you so much for all you do. Please text 618-YES-USCS and send me your email address, and I will get that to Tess, and she will add you to the mailing email database, and you'll get information about what days they come here and they do work and things that you can do outside of that. And you can commit as little or as much as you want.
It's on Facebook.
And it's on Facebook as well, so if you go to our Facebook page, you'll see it as an event. So go to the events portion of our Facebook page. And that means it is also on our website, because all of our events are on the calendar on the website, so you can find it there as well. So come play in the dirt. It's fun. It's fun. It's fun. It's fun. Now we have our mission and vision.
Okay, so if you could all repeat after me. We are Unity Spiritual Center Saxe. We're a thriving global community of spiritual seekers, transforming lives through love and the expression of our innately divine gifts. Our mission is to inspire spiritual and personal growth through the teaching and the demonstration of unity principles toward the realization of living our best lives. Divine wisdom is at work in every area of our lives right now. Everything is always working out for us. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So that transforming lives, it's our lives we're transforming. And we affect those around us by living our best and living our light. We're not out there trying to change other people. That's a whole other talk. We'll do that maybe next week. But thank you very much for lending your love and your presence and your goodness here this morning. This is my favorite place to be on Sunday mornings. Have a glorious day, a glorious week. Namaste.